Hey, what's up guys? Merc here. Welcome back to the channel. I'm actually on camera for once. Hooray, I guess. Going to be taking you through my talents today for this season, first season of BFA. What's working for me, what's not. Try and explain where I can, but I'm going to keep it short and sweet. If you have any other questions on my talent choices or anything else I talk about in the video, just ask below in the comments. Alright, so, Master Poisoner. This choice I made after running elaborate planning for a while, and honestly, while elaborate planning is really good, don't touch blindside, while elaborate planning is really good, I noticed like quite a noticeable damage increase when I picked Master Poisoner. Like, I could really tell when I had it on and when I was running elaborate planning instead. So yeah, definitely run with Master Poisoner if you're running a poison heavy spec, which is kind of what you should be doing. Subterfuge, bit of a no-brainer for this tier. Night Stalker just doesn't, it's not good enough for Assassination. Maybe for Subtlety, or maybe Master Assassin for Subtlety, but for Assassination anyway, when you do get those re-stealths, having that Subterfuge there lets you get out like 3 different openers in the one Subterfuge. You can cheap shot a whole team if you want to, or throw a Garrote on something. It doesn't really matter. You've got access to everything you'd normally have in stealth, out of stealth. Super handy. Vigor. Obviously, Mark for Death is going to be really good for certain like comps like RMP in Arena, stuff like that, where you need to get that little bit of extra burst out in the smoke bomb or something. But Vigor, it really helps. Occasionally, your bleeds will just get like bopped off, or Survival Hunters can bandage off your bleeds now as well. So when that happens, your energy regeneration it's gone. So it's handy to have that little backup there. And you do have a little bit of extra burst damage with that 50 extra energy. It takes your energy pool to 170, so it's up to you. Next tier, especially for Arena, maybe for like questing and world PvP and stuff, you can go Leeching Poison, but for Arena, RBGs, anything where you're going to be fighting more than you're going to be stealthing, or especially anywhere you know you're going to be getting focused a lot, having that 30% damage reduction for 5 seconds every 15 seconds, it's a pretty big defensive cooldown. Yeah, don't touch Cheat Death. It just doesn't work properly. Half the time it doesn't even proc, so yeah. I ran it for a little bit at the start of BFA, and after about the 3rd time it didn't proc when it should have, with, you know, no debuff to stop it. I just, yeah, called it quits on Cheat Death. Genuinely don't touch it. Next here, Internal Bleeding, Iron Wire, and Prey on the Weak. That tooltip, while it says 10%, it's only 5% in Arena. Likewise, the tooltip on Iron Wire says 3 seconds, but it's only 1 second in Arena, PvP, whatever. So I run Internal Bleeding for the extra damage on the kidney. It's good when you're setting up for a burst. 12,000 extra damage is a decent amount. So yeah, that's what I've been taking. Potentially Prey on the Weak. Like I said earlier, if you're running something like RMP, where you need that all the damage going out in that kidney and that smoke bomb or something, but Internal Bleeding, I think you get the extra damage from the kidney damage instead of from your teammate. So I'd have to do the math, but yeah, that one's up to you guys. Toxic Blade, Venom Rush, or Exsanguinate. You want to be running Toxic Blade. Just all the extra poison damage you get out, especially in such a poison heavy spec where you're running Deadly Brew, Mind Numbing, and it benefits your Envenom damage as well. So hit your Toxic Blade, get a couple of Envenoms out. Both of those Envenoms are going to be hitting for 30% extra damage with, you know, all the extra poison damage that's also getting the benefit from that 30%. Super good. A lot of damage. Poison Bomb I run for Arena rather than RBGs. I don't find that Hidden Blades is really worth it without the extra talent. Poison Bomb's just extra damage you don't have to think about. Crimson Tempest I don't think I've even touched since it was introduced in Mists of Pandaria. I mean, I've heard that the damage is alright now, but I still wouldn't give it the time of day, really. It's just not going to be worth it. there's not going to be enough situations where that is going to be worth it. PvP talents. Gladiators, medallions, it's a no-brainer. You need to have your trinket when you need your trinket. Not even going to go into that further. Alright, so next here, Deadly Brew. With this, your deadly poison applies wound poison, 18% healing reduced. So that's like your MS effect. That's a must-have. Mind-numbing poison. While this isn't going to apply to like every class, you are going to be fighting a lot of casters, no matter what you're doing. If it's rated PvP, and if it's not like a caster, there's always going to be a healer that is going to be taking the damage from that. Creeping Venom got real nerfed. It used to do a bit more damage. Same with System Shock, and the damage bonus you get from them just doesn't compare. Like, Mind Numbing does a surprising amount of damage. And I do run that for the extra poison damage instead of like something like Flying Daggers or Death from Above. I mean, while these other talents are a bit of utility, I suppose, you just need all the damage you can get. Smoke Bomb, I will occasionally trade out for Flying Daggers if I know I'm just going to be like team fighting or spinning a flag all game in an RBG. But yeah, I don't run it for Arena. If I'm doing 2s, I'll sometimes run Creeping Venom, even though it got nerfed, as well as, you know, Mind Numbing, and just skip out on the Smoke Bomb because it doesn't really seem to have enough uptime and doesn't seem to make enough difference in 2s where you don't have as much burst damage coming out from that third player like in 3s. Creeping Venom just for 2s, Smoke Bomb for 3s, occasionally Flying Daggers for RBGs. Cool beans. So that's that. I can go into my like stat choices and Azerite pieces in another video. Let me know what you want me to take a look at, and I'll do another one of these type of videos and explain things. Hopefully it was helpful. Feel free to hit the video with a like if you enjoyed it. Feel free to subscribe for more Warcraft and other things. And yeah, catch you next video. This is Merc Out. Cheers. Don't forget, guys, I am live on Twitch at least a few times a week. No set schedule right now, but turn those notifications on to make sure you're following, and I'll see you on the stream.